The Cleveland Cavaliers are right now the number 5 seed in the Eastern Conference. This is the first time by January this team has had a winning record since LeBron left. Both times. Like, literally. If you take out, like, from the years 2014 to 2018 when LeBron was here, and you go back to before LeBron, I think it was like 1998, the last time this team had a winning record in at this point in January. It's an accomplishment because say what you want about it. Say that the team doesn't make sense. Say that we have too many centers. We have too many 7-foot athletes. Say whatever you want. The Cavs right now are the number 5 seed and are going toe-to-toe with some of the really good teams in the NBA. Are they one of the best teams in the NBA? Obviously not. But they don't need to be. For a Cavs fan who has known nothing but despair outside of LeBron James' existence in a Cleveland Cavalier uniform. For a Cavs fan who has known nothing that's even remotely close to success without LeBron James, this is a massive accomplishment because it happened in spite of the team not making any moves that made sense. This happened in spite of Dan Gilbert still being the owner of the team. This all happened in spite of so many obstacles. We fired our head coach last year because he sucked. He sucked. Because that's all we do with our head coaches, guys. We hire this random college head coach. We hired this random, oh my God, this is the next big thing. Oh my God, who are we gonna? Mike Brown again. We're gonna hire him. David Blatt. Oh yeah, because that worked out. Hire all these big time head coaches. They never work out because that's what happens in Cleveland. But JB Bickerstaff looks like he might be the real deal as far as creating something. And that's the most important thing the Cavs can do right now. They're a young team who have a lot of really good young pieces. Jared Allen, Lauri Markkanen, that bad man Evan Mobley, Darius Garland, who has just turned into I want to say all-star level player. That's what I think he's turning into. I mean, I know we lost Colin Sexton. We lost Ricky Rubio, obviously. You bring in Rajon Rondo to bring in that more facilitator role like a Ricky Rubio would. Kevin Love is still doing his thing. He's getting paid a lot more money than he probably should be. But hey, he's Kevin Love. Cedi Osman is out there doing his thing, being a really solid role player. Sometimes he can take over games. Like that's what he does sometimes. The Cavs have a very young roster that are all very talented. My one thing, I know there's a lot of fans in Cleveland, there's a lot of fans of the Cavs who think, man, they could make a run. They could make a run. I'm like, let's hold our horses here. Because while I love the idea of the Cavs even being in the playoffs, this is a team, by the way, I just want to be clear, the Cavs could very well win a playoff series. Like they're not like a bad playoff team. They're not like, oh, you look at them, they're a one and done playoff team. It's a team that if they put the pieces together, like if they put a game plan together and stick to it, they could win a playoff series. Like this is actually a very talented team. I mentioned Lauri Markkanen. I mentioned Jared Allen. I mentioned Evan Mobley. These are 3 guys who could give you a double-double any night of the week. You got Darius Garland out there who's just a bucket right now. He is so hard to stop. He's a bucket right now. And then you got the veteran leadership of Kevin Love. You got Cedi Osman, who's been around, who's been around the team for a while, who knows what it takes. He was on those teams that LeBron took to the NBA Finals. You bring all that under a coach like JB Bickerstaff, who looks like he's got it together. He's like the first coach, I think, since I don't really count Tyronn Lue's tenure. And again, this is not, hating on Tyronn Lue. LeBron was the coach of that team. Come on. Like, LeBron was the coach. Yes, the Tyronn Lue game plan and all that. But I'm talking about from setting a culture. Tyronn Lue wasn't the one setting the culture. That was all LeBron. But JB Bickerstaff has been able, I think, to set a culture, and a good one, that these young players can actually thrive in. That doesn't mean this team doesn't have problems. They're very inconsistent. That's why I said, like any one of these guys could give you probably like 20 and 10 a game, but they don't. And I do think it has to do with a little bit with the way the team is structured. You got all these really good big men, but then like finding a way to perfect that rotation, it can be challenging. When you had Colin Sexton, you had to kind of balance the dynamic between him and Darius Garland. So it's going to take a little bit of tweaking. It's going to take a little bit of time, but for the Cavs to have won 29 games, nearly 30 games at this point in the year, that's a big deal. That is a big freaking deal. Cavs fans everywhere rejoice. We're not going to the finals, but we are going to the playoffs. Thanks for watching this video from Real Take Sports Talk. Remember to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you get notified whenever a new video is released. Also, remember to check out our live show every single Thursday at 8 p.m. right here on the YouTube channel. And remember, keep it real.